बेसिकली वेब रोबोट्स क्या होते हैं और ये एसईओ में सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन में कैसे यूज़ होते हैं. सो बेसिकली robots are compulsory if you want to understand how the SEO in your and the search engine optimization like engines like Google and Yahoo search uses. How does those robots work? Robots are also called web crawlers and they crawl the web. The search engines जो होते हैं वो यूज़ करते हैं web robots को to crawl the web and get the desired information. जैसे कि अगर किसी वेबसाइट को मैं लिखता हूँ top 10 glove makers, तो जो top 10 glove makers हैं the robot will go and fetch that data. In spite of that, many scammers use it to get users' personal information like credit card number and hacking. So they also use it like this is inside the black hat hacking. They use robots to get the personal information. So this will actually increase the security of your website if you look out for robots. Now, for example, in search engine optimization, what happens? So there are three basic things: the robots, the search farm, and the database. So the robots are called the web crawlers. They go once you type anything in a search engine like the top 10 gloves. So the robot will get these keywords and it will go and look for those particular websites or their web pages. It will use the alt tag. The every image has an image alt tag, the alternative tag, the meta tags in the header file of the web page, the meta tag, the web crawler, the robot will get the information from the meta tag. For example, अगर कोई information है best maker of gym glove, so that will be embedded in the meta tag keyword inside the head of the web page. So the robot will go and get that information. So the second thing is the search form, the actual web page that has that text box and go button. Inside the text box you add the required information, and once you click the go button, the crawler will go and it will get the information. So search form is also very crucial. So the search form is a standard web page. The third one is your database. So essentially the database is a central repository which contains all your information. For example, your information about the number of students in a class. So that is a database. A database contains tables. For example, in relational database like SQL Server, tables have relationships like cardinality, one to many, many to one to one, so on. So that is why it is called a relational database. So the database also contains a lot of constraints. So there is a table and inside the table there are row and columns. So information is stored in the form of rows. So this is how a database works. So the robot once let's look at the definition. So web robots, also known as web wanderers, crawlers or spiders. They are simple programs that traverse the web to get the required information. For example, if I type best surgical instruments, so this information, those keywords are used by the web crawler. It will go to the web and it will get all the related information which is linked. It will search for the pages, it will search for the images alt tag, it will search for the metadata meta tag in the header of the web page for resembling or similar keywords. Then it will get that information. So this is how a robot works. So if a robot comes to your website, there are many tools to increase your security. Like you can use CAPTCHA. So CAPTCHA is used to, if like you the button you clicked, I'm a human. So that is another form of a CAPTCHA to restrain the robot from getting into your website. For example, what the robot will do, it will go to your website, like it will go to, this is your website .com shop.index.html, right? And it will remove the shop index.html and replace it with robots.txt. So this is a text file that will contain the robot code, and the final will, the website will become similarly like this. So this is how the robot will actually may make the changes in your website. So you have to be very careful. If a robot looks at your website, you always use CAPTCHA for processing information. Always use CAPTCHA to recognize and stop these robots.